Hello and welcome to the February edition of Tiger Broadcast. I'm Carter Nave.
And I'm Paige Gregory. On this edition, we'll take a look at one club that is aiming to provide a home away from home for LSHS students.
We will also take a look at how one student bounced back from a life-changing event.
All this and more on this February edition of Tiger Broadcast.
No one ever thinks bad things will happen until they happen to you. Sadly, all of us at LSHS are experiencing this reality. One senior lived this firsthand, but he's what he's doing with the situation he was dealt that matters most. Reporter Lauren Berry and videographer Makai Clayton explain.
I've been playing soccer for 14 years, almost 15. I originally liked it because you just kick the ball and run, and I was fast, so it was easy. Because I've played with the same kids for like my whole life. Even in the high school team, I played with all of them for at least a decade. Because it's easy to play a sport when you have people that you know and like.
LSHS senior Sam Bundren has built a second family through his love of soccer. But on Tuesday, September 13th, a shocking event nearly kept him from playing.
The day went by fine. I just went to practice. We were shadowing, and I was walking, and then I just felt my heartbeat. Like, it felt like it was kind of like beating in my own head, and then I just passed out. 30 minutes later, I just woke up in an ambulance, and I just asked, I was like, why am I in an ambulance? They were like, you went into cardiac arrest during practice.
Sam's sudden cardiac arrest was not something that anyone could have predicted.
At first, I didn't really know what was going on because I just got called, said he passed out at practice, that I needed to come and get there as soon as I could, but that he had just passed out. I think just knowing that they had lost him for 5 minutes, I think, and that they had to, do the CPR and the AED to get him back.
Sam's cardiac arrest was caused by a myocardial bridge that restricted his coronary artery. According to the Sudden Cardiac Arrest Foundation, only about 10% of cardiac arrest patients survive. Luckily, senior Brennan Adams saved Sam's life with his EMT training he learned at Herndon Career Center. He encourages more students to take the time to understand the CPR training that high school offers.
Right, like in high school you barely learn about it. You don't actually do the hands-on stuff. You just watch a slideshow about it. But I think it's very important because it can happen to anybody, old, young, soccer players.
Due to Brendan's quick actions, Sam's family has decided to raise money for him to go to college.
I chose Brendan because, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Brendan.
I think it was just kind of a no-brainer. He was getting ready to go to school. You guys are graduating. We sold shirts. Right now, we're waiting to get final results, but it was over 100.
I'm extremely grateful for the money. Wasn't expecting to go to anywhere big for college anyways. Knowing that I get to go and have some support behind it is really good.
Now that Sam has received a second chance, he is living it to the fullest on and off the field. Sam and his family hope to continue this annual scholarship to those in soccer seeking education in the medical field. Signing out for fifth quarter, this is Lauren Berry.
Everyone's goal in high school is to find a place where they belong, whether that be through friends, a sport, or an event. LSHS has multiple opportunities for kids to find their place. In this next story, reporter Grant Thomas and videographer Carter Merritt explain how one club is doing the best to build a community for athletes.
Many kids and teens don't always appreciate their upbringing. For this LSHS student, it was a very similar story in his early Christian life.
So I did grow up Christian. My parents went to church about every Sunday. And as a younger kid, it was kind of, I felt like it was annoying because I wanted to go play or stay home or do this and that. And that's how all kids are, they don't appreciate it.
Jack's story is like many other Christians. The difference is not many have been able to experience Christianity in their schools. That's where FCA stepped in.
Yeah, I got involved with FCA kind of through a random series of events where Coach Thomas and I started having conversations, really putting our heads together and saying, what would it look like to start something like this at Lee Summit High School? And we didn't have in mind that God would do all that he's done. It really blew our expectations out of the water.
In the last 18 months, Coach Thomas, who's the football coach, reached out to me and said, hey, I know that you were one of the sponsors. I'd like to sit down and talk with you. And he and I sat down and talked, and we brought in some guys from FCA, from King's Church, and we kind of got a plan together.
With FCA just getting started, it has already taken effect on many kids' lives.
The hunger in the heart of every single person to have a deeper relationship with God, whether we recognize that hunger or not.
I feel like it's just another way, like soccer. I have my soccer team, and then like some of them happen to also be Christian, so we were like able to get closer on and off the field, which I feel like a lot for most sports is like you have those group, and like you can get closer with them through other things, not just soccer. I mean, we pray, like as a team, we pray before every game.
FCA has allowed Jack and others to share their faith and be more open about it on and off the field.
5 or 6 guys after practice, they just get together, they meet in the bleachers, they meet behind the press box, no pressure. If you want to join, you join. If you don't, you don't. That's fine.
You don't feel so alone in the school because, like, I mean, it's not really, FCA is not really promoted like some of the other groups, which is unfortunate, but at least give it a shot. I mean, you may not be all about Christianity and super big Christian, but it's fun, there's food.
With FCA continuing to grow, its future at LSHS looks bright. Signing out for Tiger Broadcast, I'm Grant Thomas.
Teachers have a lot of responsibility on their plates. Teaching, grading, coaching, to name a few. Reporter Grace Collier and videographer Hannah Wiseman explain what happened when one LSHU teacher took on an unexpected challenge.
Student administration, can I help you?
Just about every high school experiences a fight, and while students usually take the brunt of the consequences, teachers do as well.
So teachers are able to, by no means are they forced to. They can make that decision. Us as admin, building security, and as our school resource officers able to step in and break up fights. Teachers just have that option if they choose to do so, but many may not want to get in harm's way of risk injury to themselves.
Science teacher Reagan Merlenbach took the risk.
On that morning, was outside kind of helping monitor, talking with other teachers, and a fight broke out, and as a reaction to protect students, my instinct was to go in and to help, and unfortunately I slipped and I fell down, and that caused other students to fall down as well.
It's no surprise Merlenbach chose to help. She always puts her students' safety before hers.
My students know in my classroom I always lock the doors. If you leave, you're going to have to knock and come back in. And that's, some teachers don't do that, but that's for me. Since I have a door right outside, I always do that. But I think generally here we're pretty safe. Obviously construction always causes some hiccups, but I think that is, we all are taking our steps to ensure we're doing safe things here. And I think that's something that can help with the school is that when there is a fight, students, instead of stopping and taking videos, is getting help, because that's kind of our biggest hardship as a teacher.
Even though Merlenbach took the chance, Officer Severn takes one every day.
Well, school safety is one of my top priorities. I mean, that's the one thing that I'm here for is school safety. I think we do a good job of it with construction going on. It's just making sure the doors are shut, people that are in the building are supposed to be here, and that someone that isn't supposed to be here is not here. That's my top priority, and that's what my essential job is here at the school.
In this day and age, everyone is trying to keep students and staff safe in school. LSHS is no different. Signing off for TVTV8 News, this is Grace Collier.
Thank you for watching this February edition of Tiger Broadcast.
For packages and more, visit tigerbroadcast.com or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at TBTV8Tigers and at TBTV8Sports. Once again, I'm Paige Gregory.
And I'm Carter Nave. See you next time, Tigers. On Thursday of last week, we sadly lost a member of our Tiger family.
Rachel Stone has been a part of our Lee Summit teaching community for 26 years.
She was not only a teacher, but a coach, friend, mother, and so much more.
Here's a look at some of the ways she impacted the LSHS community.
Rachel Stone will be missed, but her legacy will not soon be forgotten.
And if you're struggling with the loss, please reach out to the counselors, teachers, and staff.
Mrs. Stone, thank you for bringing your bright smile to LSHS for the past 23 years.